Well, hello, this is Kobe. It's early in the morning here. I had a dream, and I like to share it with you. I find it interesting. So today's November 1st. I woke up a little after 3 a.m. in the morning. So here's the dream. I worked at a place that was connected with many departments. I saw a finance department. I saw like a medical department, which is kind of like physical therapy with prosthetics and robotics. And I saw a science department, was like research and development. Those are three departments I was shown. There could have been more departments, but these are the ones I was shown. Okay. Apparently, I was favored, highly favored among all the people there. I got a position that I did not earn. There was people mad at me, and they were jealous. And they worked there longer than I had. And then somehow I get this position, okay? Probably was not qualified. I didn't have the schooling. I wasn't working at this company long, but I get the job, okay? And the position was in the medical department, like a physical therapy. And I saw prosthetics and possibly robotics, okay? That's the position I got. One day, it was like an average day. And there was this sign. It was a financial sign. I believe it was the stock market of the numbers. And throughout the day, people would just look at it. There was a sign, everybody could see it. And all these departments, there was maybe the main area, you can see the sign. And the number stopped. I believe the number I saw was like 837. Look, don't quote me on that. I don't understand the stock market. I don't know Dow Jones, and it doesn't make sense to me. It seems like what they project something's going to happen, and it makes no sense to me, okay? And it's possibly rigged, whatever. So then, if the numbers went plummet in the red, shooting way in the negative, I did not see that. So if it happened, I did not see that, okay? I wasn't shown that. I just saw the number stopped, and everyone was concerned. Okay. Then I started watching each department at this point. I watched the financial department first. And there was this woman in there working, and she had anxiety, and she was really concerned, and she had a lot of debt she couldn't pay back. She physically could not pay this debt back. And I believe this was the majority of everybody. They just had so much debt and no way of paying this back. It's just done. And she was freaking out, wondering how this is going to affect her. Okay. The next department I saw was the science department, was like research and development. There was two people in white lab coats. One was a woman, closest to me, and one was a guy, a few feet back. And I told the woman, scientist, I knew what they were doing back there. Now, this is a sealed access. I have no way of knowing what they're doing back there. I don't have security clearances, but I knew what they were doing. And I told them they were experimenting with vibrations, and possibly crystals with water, perhaps changing the structure of it. And she was astonished that I knew this. and asked me, how did I know this? And I told her, I said, God shows me these things. And she laughed at me. I mean, she thought I lost it, and she laughed at me. But I can tell that she was still puzzled in the back of her mind that, how did I know this? It was messing with her. Okay. Then I started watching the people. I saw the school stopped. People stopped going to school. Possibly, don't quote me on this, in the middle of the school year. They just stopped going. And I was literally thinking, man, you're going to have to make this up the next year. But I think the school year, it just stopped and nobody ever went back. Then I saw one man. He flipped out mentally. I mean, he lost it. I mean, he said, I'm going to have fun before I die. And he had this evil grin that came up on his face. I mean, he was just... And there was a man to the left of me. I heard this man say that. And it seemed like a good idea to him. And I put my left hand in front of him to stop him. And I told the guy to my left, and when I stopped, I said, this other man, watch. He will not live long. Just watch him. And I kind of knew that possibly within 48 hours, that man would be dead. I just knew this. Look, I don't know. I just knew it. Okay. I saw the medical position. The physical therapy with prosthetics, possibly robotics. The position that I got in by the grace of God. I was safe. I was protected in this department. But other people weren't. Others were jealous. So I was amazed that they hold my position, because I was walking around looking at other positions, how it was affecting everybody in other departments and people. And my job waited for me. My position was secure. I actually heard a man say that he should have got my job. That he was there longer than me. And so on and so forth. But that department, that position was just given to me, people. I surely did not earn this. So when this event happened, everything stopped. The school, people's jobs, everything stopped. Except somehow my position kept going. It was secure. It didn't affect it. But everything else did. Okay. This was the end of the dream. I believe this dream is about a financial collapse. I believe the company I worked for with many different departments was the world. In the midst of all this, I was protected. I had my mind. I had sanity. I knew things I shouldn't have known, but I just knew. I was highly favored. I was protected. I was safe. My needs were met. I believe this was God's grace. I didn't earn this. I believe God's going to take care of us. Now, I am not saying join the medical field. I am not saying go into physical therapy, because we see what's going on in the medical field. I think I want to stay away from that. Okay, that was just an example. So people, God did not give us the spirit of fear. Be anxious for nothing. God is the author and finisher of our salvation. So therefore, we just have to trust him. Trust him. Not your money, not your assets, not your work experience, not your schooling. Trust him. I love you. And God bless you. I'm going to try to go back to bed. Night.